We all strive for more, to live life in that comfort. So forgive me if I fumble, cause I'm only human.
Man, there have been so many times that I find myself unable to move forward from a place of stagnation, that I start recycling the same thoughts, feeling the same way, doing the same things, and of course, getting the same results, that I have to take a step back and be like, rah, why can't I move forward? Hello everyone, it's your girl Keno, aka Vanessa. Welcome to Think with V. Today I'll be doing another series on a very important mental process known as motivation. So stay tuned. We all have our bad days. Like, we all have days where we don't feel like our best selves, or we don't feel like we can accomplish anything. For me, towards the end of last year, I was struggling. Like, my overthinking kept running rampant and kept pulling me into these depressive spirals. It was like there was something in the weather and I couldn't even get a grip of myself. Then when I would finally snap out of it, it was like I had so much work to do that I had been neglecting. Due dates had been passed, emails had been unanswered, and I had the ultimate anxiety attack. I literally told myself that no, we have to do something about this in the new year especially. Like, we have to change our attitudes and we have to come to terms with what's going on and figure out how to move on from it. So I noticed that my way of dealing with stressful situations is basically by avoiding it. I remember when I was younger, if I would get in trouble in school and my parents found out and they started calling me, I would basically just ignore their phone call, just basically ghost them for like weeks. Now that I've grown up, nothing has changed about that. I keep avoiding every stressful situation if it means maintaining my peace. Then when I snap back to reality, it seems like things have moved on without me, and now I have to start playing catch up, spending more energy to try to get things done. So I started thinking to myself, like, I need a better way that I can cope with stress than just to avoid the situation altogether. So when we go through stressful situations, our first coping mechanism or our first way of reacting to things might not always be the best, but I realized that it's important for us to forgive ourselves during our time of, said weakness. We have to be able to understand that whatever we did was our own way of basically recharging our energy. So like for me, whenever I avoid the situation and I try to come back to reality, I have to realize like, okay, I can't beat myself up for the fact that I have avoided and neglected all of these things. I have to forgive myself and move on and understand that what was important was that my energy is recharged, I feel better, and now I feel like I can move forward at my own pace, because life is not a race, at my own pace. That's all that matters. You know what they say, that for every positive thought, there's a negative counteracting thought lurking around. Even science says the same thing, that for every action, there's an equal and opposing reaction. Now see, we define how we move in this life based on the thoughts we pay attention to. But here's the kicker. It's very easy to pay attention to negative thoughts. And the truth is that it's because nobody really wants to be blindly optimistic and then get disappointed when things don't turn out how we want them to, or how we might have expected it to. But sometimes we have to actually force ourselves to practice positivity. We have to force ourselves to practice thinking positively about every situation and understanding that if things don't work out the way we planned it to, that's just how life works. But that shouldn't stop us from being positive altogether. So for the first week into the new year, I decided to try out the whole thinking positively thing, just to see where it would take me. And, surprisingly or not surprisingly, things actually started turning out for the better. Things started happening in my favor, and there was just goodness happening all around me. I started becoming very happy, like genuinely happy with myself and with small things here and there. And even when things didn't work out, like the happiness was just so much that I didn't even have time to pay attention to the small little dysfunction that was going on. So, like for real, the positivity thing actually did work. And I mean, better if not, I would call 2021 customer services, like, give me my refund, take this shit back. But yeah. So then I started thinking about ways that I can be productive without being too stressed out. So So the ultimate goal here is to have a good work-life balance. And it all comes down to one thing: how you're prioritizing your time. So you know what they say, time is money. So whatever you're putting your time in should be rewarding in some way. I saw this tweet this other day that said, always be aware of what you're spending your time doing, and even if you're wasting it, like, shall be aware. And I was like, all facts. So for me, I find out that making to-do lists helps me be more productive, and it also helps me with like feeling more accomplished, especially when I strike out the things that I've done. So this helps with what they call happy hormones or feel-good hormones, which helps with feelings of accomplishment. So once you figured out what works best for you, you have to make time for yourself. You have to give yourself a break or time to, basically treat yourself. And for me, I find out that what works best for me is working really hard on the weekdays and having fun on the weekends.
Low waist, fat ass bitch, tap in. Tap, tap, tap in.
That's my perfect work-life balance. I will try to incorporate more break time within the week, just so I'm not losing my shit before the weekend. So it's all a growing process to find out what works best for you. So last and certainly not least, it is important to our mental health that we're taking steps to maintain a healthy lifestyle. Now, healthy is different for different people, and I don't want to be some enforcer of, oh, you must go to the gym and eat only vegetables. No. But the truth is, our bodies can bounce back and recuperate in times of stressful situations when we're maintaining a healthy lifestyle. It can build our motivation altogether when we physically feel capable of doing work, and it starts with our health. I cannot stress this one enough. So do what makes you feel healthy and stick to it in order to just be able to deal with day-to-day lifestyle. So I'm glad I was able to pull myself together and make this video. I'm definitely gonna look back at this whenever I'm feeling down and unable. But if there's one thing I want anyone watching this to take from this, is that you are capable, you are amazing, you are invincible, and you are you. Nobody else is gonna do you but you. And you have the power to overcome any obstacle. So thank you for stopping by and watching this video from Think with V, and I will see you in my next video.